Collective. How is everyone doing this blessed day? This is Dr. Samuel J. Lombardo, the Executive Director, CEO, Concealer Agent Coach, and Consultant for SL Models and Talent Agency LLC, Fashionista Studios LLC, RS Gala USA LLC, and Couture Designs Photography LLC. You can follow me on the web at www.soulmendingalchemist.com, as well as you can like, subscribe, and share here on YouTube, all one word, Soul Mending Alchemist 1111, or all one word on TikTok at Divine Guide 1111 if you would like private sessions with me or to speak on a private level with me and set up some session. You can go ahead and do that online at the email info at soulmendingalchemist.com or at soulmendingalchemist1111 at gmail.com. Spirit has been really wanting to get a message out. This message could be for other leaders as myself, or it could be for those who may be working with other leaders as myself. But thinking I'm speaking here to the alchemist or spiritual leader collective. The topic that I have chosen, which the Holy Spirit agrees with, is intentional transformation. Not just the fact that you are able to transform people or that you are in a transformative power, but that I'm hearing what is the intentions. Also, I'm hearing that great gifts of the devil we must abolish. That's a term that I have used actually in a book that I'm writing right now. Basically, what it talks about is how God and the devil does work simultaneously, but also spontaneously. So they work together in the human form, meaning at the 3D level, you and I here on Earth, right? But they are separate. How do I want to say that? So they are separate deities, and that the intentions are very well laid out. Now, as a spiritualist, as a Christian spiritualist myself, one of the things that I can tell you in the healing realm is to never count out your blessings, because God does allow us to transform in many different ways. And as you have heard on a session that I talked about a little bit ago, maybe a couple of days ago or so, I have mentioned about the concept of Job and the great controversy. Job in the Bible, where he asks, well, to the devil, have you considered my servant Job? And that he was allowing everything and anything that happened to Job, but he's flat out said, you will not kill him. Now, this is the thing that people misread when they're reading Job. Because God actually didn't say, you can do anything you want, to Job. Don't, how do I want to say this? Some folks believe that God, or putting words in that scripture where God says, you can do anything to Job, to my servant Job, just don't kill him. But God says, what the scriptures actually says is that my servant Job is faithful to me, and I will show you, and you will not kill him. So in other words, God already knew what the devil was going to do, which is why he came to the devil, asking, well, what are you seeking? I'm going to and fro, walking around like a roaring lion, seeking who I can devour. And then that's when God said, have you considered my servant Job? He wasn't asking the question to be nice. He was asking the question because he knew that that's where he was going to next. And he said that my servant Job will not crack. He is faithful to me. And you could do what you will, but you will not kill him. And that's plainly what it says in scriptures in that particular verse. Now, with that being said, the devil did everything he possibly could. Put sickness on him, turned his friends against him. I mean, this guy probably was one of the worst depressed. I mean, if somebody had anxiety, if you're familiar with this, then you pretty much know what I'm talking about, living through this, okay? Well, that was Job. And what happened was Job intentionally did not crack for the devil. Period. Okay? No matter how anybody else wants to read that book, Job did not crack for that devil. Okay. Now, Job's intentions was not the gifts of the world. In fact, in his very few words before God has blessed him, he knew that he could only count on God to deliver him out of this controversy. Now, he had a nosedive on all of his relationships. He realized who was his fake friend, what a fake friend was. He also knew what true love was and what it wasn't. He knew what it meant to supply for a family. He knew what it meant to be homeless. So he knew what it meant to be the sick of the sick, depressed of the depressed, and being in that hangman stuck energy. He knew all of that, even though that he was the great guide to the richest and the fullest. Before that, of course, happened with the devil, right? Well, God answered the prayers of Job. God didn't technically have to give Job any blessings at all, but Job was so far blessed by God, even before the actual blessing, so that it didn't matter what God did or what the devil did. So God just allowed the blessings to bestow. God saw through Job, God saw the intentional transformation, not the, well, I appreciate you making me richer, God. Now I'm able to do whatever I want to do, and then wondering where the blessing came from. Well, you can't really say that, but wondering where the blessing came from. He knew where the blessing came from, and now he was able to bless others in the process. There are some of you out there that God is calling upon you on this earth, is what I'm being told, as a soul-mending alchemist. There are some of you out there that are being called to do the service of the Lord, to be called to be true healers, intentionally so. Doing intentional business, doing transformational even, I could dare to say, miracles where God would use you as a vessel, send it Master Jesus to be able to legitimately and intentionally transform lives. I only know this because I have answered to my calling. And no, it's not about just a bunch of cards, okay? The cards is for you. The intuitive messages is between God and myself, but you're not going to get a miracle out of a card, folks, okay? So in actuality, God is trying to relay the message to stop depending on the card and to literally truly be your true authentic self with intentional transformation to be able to manifest what you want in life. Manifesting the Holy Spirit to where God is able to work with you, through you, and around you. That's the message that I'm getting here tonight. Yeah. I don't normally do this, but God has given me a calling to provide a little bit of information. Now, this isn't the full 7-step to transformational success that I would normally do privately with my client, but that I am willing to actually do what God is asking me to do, and that is to introduce the 7 steps to intentional transformation, to manifesting your needs, not your wants. We gotta first understand the difference between needs and wants. Needs are necessities. Wants are just simply not intentional. Our needs is what is intentional. Like, I need money to pay my rent, but I could want money to get a new car. Now, the necessity may be a new car, but for some of you, you may be trying to manifest $1 million car when God says, no, we can manifest a car, but it doesn't have to be $1 million. So we have to know the importance of manifesting and why that is also intentional. Now, for those of you who are starting rock bottom, and do understand this, there are other alchemists out there that are extremely powerful when it comes to transformations or healings and things like that. The sole purpose here with me as a soul mending alchemist is to mend up souls for the purpose of God. So this is more of a mastery level to developing actual manifesting intentional leaders, healers, etc. within the industry of God's delightful presence. Okay, and it embodies all of that to include how you manifest, how you're going to transform, and all of these different things. This is more or less, if you will, it's honestly breaking down the soul so that you can break through the chains that this devil had bounded you up with for however long this may have happened. Now, I will tell you that for years, I've been fighting about taking on this position that God has asked me to do in the spiritual realm. In fact, I've had arguments with God about it, like, really, you're going to choose someone like me to heal people's souls? No, come on. I can't even heal my own. What are you talking about? You know, it's that kind of energy. And the thing is that I said, okay, Lord, I'm going to test you. Because first of all, I want to know that it's you anyway. And then B, I want to see how far this goes. I want to see how far this goes. And so I told God, this is what I'm going to do. I can't afford to pay anybody to do any healing. And mind you, masters, some of them get other people to help them, but true masters are those who break through from within and actually themselves with God is able to actually achieve great things on the spiritual realm. I'm not trying to boast, folks, for anybody that's out there, of course, okay? That is probably, at the mastery level yourselves in one way or the other, or being taught by other alchemists or, other spiritual healers, etc., or pastors, deacons, elders, whatever the case may be, on a spiritual or down to earth, religious belief systems. But a true master, like the PhD level of this, is actually being able to master yourself, break free with only the challenge that God is your only resource. This is what Job experienced. Because all his friends, they turned their back on him anyway. He could have paid $900 an hour to have a friend tell him exactly why his life was going the way it was, when in actuality, he's living it. So he already knew that. The problem was he wasn't ready to make the change at the time. And then he's trying to get influenced by somebody that don't even know their own path. Okay? So, and like I say, what you're going to get with me, and this is what I've been saying this already, is you're going to get all the dirt that you dug yourself in. You're going to have to get dirty. You're going to look dirty until the water comes falling and raining on you, and then you dry up all that dirt and you see the pretty side of you when it's all done. So understand that when you do hear me speaking, it's unfiltered at times, but at other times, it's going to dig deep. It's going to hurt. It's going to make you cry. It might even make you angry sometimes. You may even want to block me sometimes, for some of you that are out there. You may want a ghost, or whatever the case may be, okay? Because it's going to be truth. Truths that will have things to back it up, okay? Because God don't lie. And so what had happened is that I had to be ready to listen to God. Now, if God sees, hey, look, I think that you're ready, which is where things are heading, right? He will see that I am blessed enough to where, if he says, okay, you can get with a spiritual healer. This is your time now. Go ahead and do that. So you may be able to help each other, because the idea is that you're helping each other anyway. You're not trying to get rich real quick by doing the work of the Lord, or whatever the case is, for those that are jealous. So I'm also going to be telling you too, some of you are going down a wrong path. You're talking about how God doesn't this, God doesn't that. And you're also talking about how the religious belief systems is nothing but crap. But yet, you're going right on down the line of voodoo. Well, for some of you I'm talking about, I don't know why I'm getting this energy, but I'm getting this energy, and I feel like it could be a Scorpio, Virgo, could be a Capricorn involved with this as well. God, I hope it's not a Pisces too, or a Taurus. But that's in the air. I'm praying for you guys, but definitely Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn. These folks, or to the collective that is actually, and nobody's going to admit to this, because this is probably the hell's finest, okay? They're going to come on, they're going to listen to me, and then they're probably going to be like, you're whatever. And the thing is that I let anybody say whatever they want to say. But the truth of the matter is what God sees on the forefront. But what I'm noticing, or what I'm actually seeing right now, is that there are three signs: Virgo, Scorpio, and Capricorn, who are trying to manifest things through black magic. They're trying. Some of you don't even know what you're messing with and trying to act like you had years experience with it. I'm even hearing something about the hell am I hearing now? Oh well, I don't believe that God would do certain things or something to this sort. Okay. The energy that I'm getting, and I think it's more like Scorpio or whatever, because I feel like they're so secretive. So the idea is there are hidden truths that are now about to be exposed. And this person is so real that, in all honesty, they don't even care if they're being exposed. They will expose themselves because they think that they are the master of this idea that's taking place. It's like a spiritual ego is what I'm getting. But this is one of those situations where, and it's interesting because I had Archangel Michael, Ezekiel, Raguel, Haniel, Metatron, Shadowfire, every single archangel that you can probably name, rhyme, and reason with, channeled me to actually speak to some of these people whom were working with me. Let me give you a little history lesson about me. I also was going through spiritual ego lessons, karmic traits during that time. But that did not stop God from channeling the angels through me, which there was a lot of confusion with this. Even other alchemists who may have thought that, because yes, there was a part of me personally being inside my spiritual ego, but it was almost as if my spiritual ego was the presence of intentional ignorance. It was almost like, and then part of my argument, part of my fighting with God was, so then what was the point of even channeling anything at all through me if they were just going to look at me like something weird that was, that in their eyes they saw negative energy? Well, how do I want to say that? See, because I just want to clear the water up here. Archangel Michael finally gave me proofs of what actually took place. Because I will tell you, there was an alchemist that was so near losing their gifts based off of believing an actual satanic karmic liar about something. Although that did not happen, okay? I mean, not to the person, I'm saying. But this other person is just playing with the tools. And I'm going to say he because that's what it was. There was a he involved, to the point where it was forcing me almost to believe that I was something that I was not, but I couldn't even, what's the word that I'm even going to use for this? I'm just going to say, like, I couldn't even manifest that relationship, but because of the black magic, the dark magic, the voodoo, the energy of this karmic relationship because I allowed myself, because of the wismic fight in it, I had to ask God to finally deliver me from it. And what happened was, I'm just going to be honest, so he knew that it wasn't going to happen. The only way to break that spell was he had to totally remove them, period. I had to put them down to the dungeon. Now, I didn't understand what was going on. I thought it was just, normal life, okay, well, the person's going through all these things. But God says, no, you were cursed by the curse. You were literally, this was some kind of energy. And folks, it's now coming out. It's literally now coming out. Metatron, the archangel of records of accounts, finally exposed to me that this person was literally fulfilling not just black magic. This person had decided voodoo above all that the earth can provide them. This person is doing voodoo, and now is trying to claim, oh, well, I don't know what it is. I'm learning it. But, I'm changing my life patterns. I'm so... This is an energy because Archangel Michael now has told me, so whoever this resonates for, okay, if you're the collective that is going to try to counteract this energy, let me be the one to warn you. Archangel Michael says intentionally he is going to take those gifts away. And even the curses or the spells that you think you can do through voodoo are going to be nothing but a firecracker that's going to sound like a instead of a pop. It's just going to be a dud. And that's it. Because intentionally, what you are doing, this is someone who is trying to manifest something in their lives by force. It's what I'm being told. And now they can only resort to the actual spell work. But what they're going to do is anyone in the way or anyone that they think is an enemy, they are literally using a spell book that will create curses in it. But what they don't realize is because the intention is not of the light, these curses are going to backfire. And the sad part is now they could end up dealing with even worse than they did before. And I don't know why I'm getting this, but I'm getting something about STIs, STDs. I'm also getting things about broken hips or a hip. Okay? Something to that sort. That this person resorts to addiction, or these groups of people that I'm talking about. Can this person heal? Well, that's the intentions of God right now for providing the actual judgment. This person has to go through judgment, which means that, of course, it will be karma. And this person feels that they say they don't want no more lessons. And that they're going to do whatever they can. This is an actual devil in human form, folks, that is trying to look like the light. I hate to say that. And it's a Scorpio, Capricorn, or a Virgo, something of this energy, or they could have all of this in their chart, okay? I also feel like they're trying to manifest a Libra, or they could be, or the person that they have, the Libra could actually be, could be in the chart or something, okay? But I'm also giving a warning out here to an alchemist, because the first person listed in this book, if you will, because I projected into it and I saw it, there is someone who's a spiritual leader or a spiritual teacher, healer, could be actually in the mastery level, becoming an alchemist or is an alchemist, whatever this is. If it resonates, great. If it does not apply, let it fly. But if this is you and you feel like okay, let me back up a minute what I'm trying to get at here. If you are feeling an energy where you feel like you're being attacked but you don't know why, it is from the only magic on the earth that you are actually able to fight. This person actually doesn't even realize it. This person is so blinded to the light, okay? This person is projecting, if you will, as someone who is of the light, but trying to convince others of how bad this alchemist is. But also, I want to say that this is an energy that's also attacking me too. The only difference is that what I'm noticing is that it's having a much harder and harder and harder time to do it, because as alchemists, we are beginning to learn how to do things in love. So cursing someone obviously is out of hate, not love, right? So there's that part of it, and you can't say that you're going to love a particular Libra, whoever you are, okay, if you're literally doing hating spells on others who you feel, an Aquarius. There's an Aquarius out there whom Archangel Michael is protecting right now with her husband, because he's attacking this person as well. But he's trying to attack it through the marriage. But this woman is too powerful, this Aquarius, because she already knew that this person loved her and that she loved him before this happened. But he is trying to curse her on purpose because he feels that he has been betrayed. Happens to be a friend since high school is what I'm getting. Okay, we'll just put it out there. There's a father that needs to be careful because, well, he is married, but because he is not of the light, he is going to be easily able to curse the marriage. And that's going to be one hell of a thing. I'm already being told by God what this person is doing. And I feel like one of my major jobs right now is that I have to go to these people and actually put a hedge of protection and forewarn them that this is happening. But the problem is that one of them already ghosted, blocked, and is ignoring me. The other one is too busy in their mastery that to even mention this is probably going to be. So the hope is that God helps them lead to this video, that they're able to get this warning message. That's what the hope is. This is someone who does not at all know what they're doing. In fact, yeah, God doesn't even want me to tell you any more about this, because how it will end is badly. Not for you guys, but for the person doing this. This is someone who cannot even afford to get the help that they actually need to get out of the situation that they're in. They'd rather, and plus their intentions is rather blame other people because they're obsessed. It could even be that you may have to watch yourself, Libra, whoever this is resonating with, whatever Libra this is. So I'm hearing your year of birth could be 1995, okay? Could be October 17th, all right? But if this resonates with you and you feel like there's an energy that's like constantly stalking you with like fake accounts or something like that, then, you know, that is a very, very good possibility. Or that somebody seems to be sending you nightmares or some crazy nonsense like that. That is very likely. This is an energy that I don't like to play around with. I don't like this energy at all. But as a soul mending alchemist, God is actually asking me to send out this warning. As a soul mending alchemist, I'm wondering why God isn't telling me, well, why don't I just go there and actually try to heal them? I already figured out the reason why, because God had warned me about it. But that's why I'm warning you. This is a devil incarnated. Sheep's clothing. And right now, all this person is really doing at this point, or to this karmic collective, if you will, Virgo, Scorpio, or Capricorns, all right? These karmic collectives, what they're really doing right now is some of them, I think it's already affecting them. But for others, they are just starting to get in this scenario of, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to I'm going to really, truly see how far I can go with those whom are in power. So it's like, for example, if it's wolves, sheep's and wolves clothing, it could be like a Capricorn always hanging around a pastor to find out what the pastor is doing. But then, you know, if the pastor all of a sudden does not agree with what this person is saying, or it doesn't look like this person's given enough influence, all of a sudden this person would be upset. It's, you know, that kind of energy. And so God is basically putting an ending to all of that with these karmics. And there is going to be some situations. So that's why in the beginning of this video, I wanted to talk about intentional transformation, because the karmics are intentionally transforming into the power of the devil, and the divine collectives are intentionally transforming into the light, the healing power, the love energy. It's not coming out of the fear-based energy. And I hate to say this, I don't care how much you want to sit there and try to convince someone that voodoo is light. Voodoo is not. There's nothing light about it. So if someone was to try to convince me, oh, well, you know, it just, what you don't realize, and that's the whole reason why some of us spiritualists and even Christians will say, return to sender times 10, because that's literally what it would be. Because when we go and we bounce that out with love, all that hate, that intentional hate that you put in for that curse, it's going to backfire 10 times. It's not even worth you sitting there trying to research voodoo. So I'm also giving you that warning as well, because this is somebody who is new at it but thinks that they actually can just play with fire, so to speak. This is somebody who never burnt their hands on a hot stove. And so instead of taking the warning that, you know, when the stove is hot you're going to burn, they're literally putting their hand all over the burning stove with the fire glowing. Okay? This is somebody who is flat out, you know, foolish. Just say the best of it. I'm just putting it out there. Okay? I'm not trying to be in the ego or nothing. Okay? I'm being in the real sense right now. And the real sense is to give a real thorough warning to the karmics as well as to the divines, because there is a very, very high spiritual ugly master that wants to try to hunt you down. And it's all because they feel that you're being betrayed. These are all people that were in what they put it as is, this is all people that were in my past, that were not of the light, that deserves whatever is coming to them. So they keeping tabs on you, folks. So they'll write stuff in the book, they'll listen to you, they'll take that, and then they'll go and use it against you and whatever it is that they're planning to do. I'm even hearing for some of you, they could even defame your name, gossip behind you, everything. Believe me, I don't like giving warnings like that. It's because as a soul mending alchemist, this is not something that I wanted to pop on a live and sit here and be talking about. I would rather be talking about other things. But you know, the devil's got to have his fair share as well. So, folks, just be careful, is what I'm saying. And don't play with fire either. And be intentional about certain things. Do not try to hide anything. Because at this point, from what I'm hearing, at least on my level, I don't know about others, but at least on my level, I'm being told that God is no longer going to be playing hide and seek. With these people that are causing this kind of energy towards people. Somebody got a book that somebody wrote and they want to burn it. I have no idea what that's all about either. Like maybe it was a friend of theirs or something that might have written a book, or it could have even been a spiritualist that wrote a book and actually gave it to someone to learn a lesson or something. Or it could have been like a gift that was given. Take it as a resignation, because I have no idea what's going on here, but I feel like you'll probably end up being under attack, because that's one of the things that I'm seeing. Is that some kind of book is being burnt. Like, whatever hatred this is going, just know, continue to be who you are. I don't like to be sitting here giving these kind of warnings. These are warnings that I don't like. And I'm probably even going to be cleansing this space because I need to. This is like really bad energy. Whatever it is, it was definitely something 4 to 5 years ago. So a past is coming back for a time, is what I'm hearing. And it's not for the good. Here's the good news though, I'll be very honest. For them to do what I'm seeing, they can burn the book, but they don't know where you are. And I'm not going to say where you are, because even though that the Holy Spirit can precisely give me the exact address and what things look like inside that house, I'm hearing that it's a duplex anyway, for whoever this person may be. You know, this person actually had to have his own place so that he could finally do his last thing. But to be very honest, it's not going to end easy. And I also want to say my condolences to anybody that may be knowing about this. and they're resonating with it, but could possibly have someone like this in their family. I may be able to see what the outcome will be, but intuitively speaking, it's not going to end very well for whoever this person is. And if they get locked up, that's the icing on the cake. But I'm seeing that could even be worse. So, and this is what the angels did not want to have happen, but this is the road that they have so chose. And now they're stuck in it. The reason that they're stuck in it is because of a spell that they did for themselves that attached themselves to a demon that is linked to the devil himself. And so now they don't even realize that what they're doing is wrong. The only thing that can end is a death card. So, I mean, man, I don't know what mercy God has, but I hope that there's some. I hope there's some for this person that they actually realize what's going on. To detach themselves from the devil, but we can't even step 1 foot close to the devil without actually, putting fire on them. Because that's literally what it would be like. You could step foot in the house that someone hates you if you're an alchemist, and you can literally catch the place on fire with how beautiful your energy is. This isn't, wow. Alright, I hope that this helps. And my prayers go out to those of you that may be dealing with this. And alchemists, just be your true self. Don't let any of this energy happen. Believe me, I'm taking a lot of it in. That's why I've been laying low a lot this week even. Because this energy is heavy and it's not good. Have a blessed day. All right. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Check me out on Random. I'll be there at 11 a.m. tomorrow to about 5. All right. Soul Alchemy, I think it is. Peace.